Hey guys. All right, I wanted to answer a question that somebody, Monica, emailed me. She bought the Juice Truck ebook and had a few follow-up questions, and so I wanted to answer them on here. Speaking of the Juice Truck ebook, we now have a new ebook available. It's called our Recipe and Menu Development ebook. So it includes all of our recipes and how we develop recipes, develop cleanses, all of that. So if you are struggling with that or need info on that or have wanted to buy our recipes before, it's now available. The link is in our bio below, link in our description below. You can bundle it with other ebooks and get a little bit of a discount too. So just want to let you guys know it's officially available. But quick note on Juice Truck. I think a Juice Truck is a great option right now. As it, you can pay cash for it and it can be very fluid with you as you operate your business and you don't know really where it's going or how things are going to be, weird months, kind of weird times right now. With a truck, and if you just own it, you get to choose when you're going out. You don't owe anyone anything, you're not paying rent, and it's an asset that you can sell later. So I think a Juice Truck is a really great option right now if you're unsure about everything and if you're just feeling uneasy about things. Juice Truck, it's very fluid and can go with you. I will say a Juice Truck requires a lot of hustle. It's harder to do than a shop in the sense of labor. There's just a lot more hauling around. It's more work. Making 50 to 100 juices in a truck is harder than making 50 to 100 juices in a shop. Okay, it just is. You have to deal with the climate, all the things. But if you're willing to do the hustle and you don't have the money or the ability to really commit to a shop, whether that's buying a shop or renting a shop, it's a good option. I'm just saying. Okay. Anyways, her questions were, I'm just going to read her whole email. Hi Jordan, first I want to thank you for creating your Juice Truck ebook. It's been so valuable as I consider starting my own juice truck business. After reading through the guide, I have 2 questions. I'm hoping you can provide your insight. Give the chance. Okay, here it goes. Number 1, I want to sell pre-bottled cold pressed juices from a truck. Okay. She's open to purchasing the Goodnature CT7 or an X1 Mini. Okay. I wouldn't put off the M1. The M1's a good option too, depending on how busy you're going to be, how much money you have. It's hard. X1 Mini can make a ton of juice. So if you think you're going to be pretty busy, that's probably the best option. Okay. As opposed to juicing to order on the spot, can you tell me what you think about making the juices at home or in a rented kitchen space versus making the juices on the actual truck? So this is such a great question. I love that she's asking this question because it's a very good thing to consider. Thinking through the process, making juices to order on the truck might be kind of challenging. What if I get a ton of people in line? What if it takes me a while? What if something, it can be challenging. And I really like bottled juice. I can make all the juice before, I can have it in a fridge, I could sell a bottled. It's a great question to ask. And the biggest thing with business is doing this, thinking through each phase of being open. So if you have a space, if you have a truck, thinking through each menu item you want to make, what's the process going to be? How am I actually going to make this item? Where am I going to stand in the truck? Thinking through it all is so important, and it's really understanding consumer habits and then how you're going to respond to your consumers' habits. So the questions they're going to ask, what is my consumer habit going to be in regards to the questions they're going to ask, knowing how you're going to respond to them. It's really important. Anyways, okay. So this is a great thing to consider, and I really like selling, making the juice beforehand and selling it bottled for 2 reasons. 1, you can make a good stock. It kind of takes the stress off of in the moment. And 2, you can really talk to your customers a little bit more and serve them in a way that's different. Sorry, I had to serve somebody. But you can serve them a little differently, and depending on the type of personality you have, some fit better into different categories. I perform very well under pressure. Anyways, I perform well under pressure. So making it on demand and kind of talking to them, I love that, but I also love the simplicity of really chatting with them and being able to really hear what they need and kind of being there for them. So anyways, that's just a little 2 cents on the perks, the benefits of making beforehand and making made to order. But to actually answer her question and not me just ramble, so people, what do you think about making the juices at home? So legally, you won't be able to make them just at your home. You have to have a commercial kitchen. Now, if you set up some kind of commercial kitchen within your home. I kind of talked about this in a previous video, where you maybe turn your garage into a commercial kitchen, where the floors and the walls and the ceiling are commercial grade, you know, and approved by your health department, and then you have all commercial equipment. And there's a unique space for juicing, not your actual home kitchen, that's licensed by the health department. That's totally fine. So people turn their basement, their garage, a room in their house, they build a shed out in the backyard. You can do that and license it, and that would be your commercial kitchen. This is a great idea. It's a great option. You don't owe anyone a lease or anything, you know. And you can do that. You can license, you can make juice in some kind of licensed space, whether it's in your home or you rent a space from somebody else that's a licensed commercial kitchen. And then you can get a mobile license, so you have your licensed, you know, space, and then from your health department you get a mobile license, and that's for your truck, and you can take the juice that you made in a licensed kitchen and put it on your truck. And the reason you can do this is both are licensed under your name. You know, you're not selling the juice to someone else. You can't sell your juice to a coffee shop or to a grocery store because they're not licensed under your name. You can't do that with unpasteurized juice, but you can absolutely do that. This is what we do here. So when we go to the farmer's market, we don't have a truck, but we just have a place at the farmer's market. We make the juice here in our licensed kitchen, and then we have a mobile license for the farmer's markets where we go and set up with coolers and whatnot. So you can absolutely do that. I would take into account how much rent is going to be at the wherever you're going to, you know, get your kitchen. And if you have space at home to make a little commercial kitchen, I'd highly consider that. And it can be so simple. So you'll need a produce wash sink, a hand wash sink, and a sandy sink. And then you're just gonna need to make sure all surfaces are approved by the health department, and you'll be good to go, and you'll have your commercial equipment. So I think it's a great idea. I think it depends on a lot of circumstances, like if you can afford it and if that's what you want to do. What we did was we just arrived early to our place with our truck, like an hour or two early, and we just made juice beforehand, before opening. And so that gave us a good starter stock for when we opened, and then as things sold, we made more. So this worked really well with two people because one person could make, one person could sell, and depending on how busy you are, you know, you knew how much of a starter stock you really needed, and that's kind of what worked well for us. So back in our juice truck days, man, I had a hard time with the State Department, with the they were talking to the FDA, like so many things, because they just didn't know what to do as far as unpasteurized juice on a truck. They were like, well, we really don't know the answer to any of these questions. We're in Ohio, and it was really new when that was happening there. I still don't know. There might not be any other juice trucks in Ohio. There might be, I don't know. Maybe you are from Ohio and you have a juice truck. But anyways, they didn't know, like at first they said, yes, I could do that. Like I could make the juice in the truck at home beforehand. And then they were like, no, you can't transfer unpasteurized juice. And now there's been a consensus that you can make juice in a licensed kitchen, you know, under your name, and take it to a new location that is also licensed under your name. So anyways, I know the struggle. Juice trucking is hard because it's hard to manage it all and to work with the health department and make sure all things are lined up well. Okay, in regards, her second question, in regards to locations and parking for your juice truck, how you identify 2 to 3 spots that you want to operate from, how did you go about solidifying those locations? I know the first step is speaking to the local Department of Health, but after that, what steps did you take to operate from those specific locations? Did you speak to local government first to see if food trucks were allowed in those spots, or did you speak to the business owners first? Currently trying to do both at the same time, and I'm wondering if there's a more systematic way to kind of go about it. So my response to her was, we talked to the business owners first, who own the parking lot. Anyway, I'll just tell you guys. So first you want to talk to your city and just see what in general the food truck rules are. Like, where can food trucks park, where can they not, what are the rules? Every city is going to have different rules. Some may have crazy rules and some may have like no rules at all. So you have to talk to your city. From there, you're going to want to, you know, do what is appropriate. So our city, they just have the rule of you can't park in any public parking spots. You can't park on the street in a public spot, nothing like that. And so we had to, but you are allowed to contact any private, business owner who owns the lot, connected to their business or whatever. And you can park there, no rules from there. You can park for however long you want, blah, it doesn't matter, just talk to the owners. And so we just talked to business owners that we liked their parking lot locations, and we're like, hey, we're JK Juices. Can we park in your parking lot, serve your employees for lunch, and serve anyone else that wants to come? Can we use your parking lot? And they were just like, yeah, of course. Like, sounds like fun. So we did that a couple times a week. And that's kind of how I would go about it. Some cities, and I'm sorry for those of you that are in these cities, are going to have insane food truck rules. You're gonna have to do all of these things, submit so many things, have all of these, it's just gonna be crazy. So that's something to know before you choose to do the food truck route or open a shop. You wanna contact your city, your health department, all the people, and say, this is what I wanna do, give me all the rules. And to learn and to read up and to know it through and through, because it is going to highly affect and influence what you choose to do as a business. It's going to help you choose what battles you want to fight, what purchases you're going to make, everything. So if you're in the very beginning phases, you're like, kind of want to open a juice business. I haven't done anything, but I kind of want to. 2 things I would do: buy my ebooks. If you don't know between the shop or the truck one, just buy the bundle. You get them both for a good price. Buy those, and also contact your city and get all the rules you could possibly imagine, and just start thinking and dreaming and praying and realizing, like, what is it that I want to do? What route do I want to go? And that will help you. You want to really start with the information. You don't want to start and then have to rewind and be like, crap, I made mistakes. I shouldn't have bought that. This actually isn't allowed. It's going to frustrate you. It's going to waste time, waste money. It's not going to be fun. So I'm so proud. I think right now is a great time to do a juice truck. I think it really allows you, if you move, you can take your truck with you. And then at the end of it all, you can sell your truck. So I think there's lots of benefits to it. It requires a lot of hustle, no doubt about it. But there's definitely lots of benefits to it. So, okay, that's it for this video. I hope this is helpful. All you juice truckers out there, y'all rock. I know we talk more about the shop than we do the truck right now, because we're past the truck phase. We did that for 3 years, but I have a juice truck playlist where if you want to see us operate on the truck for many, many years, go check them out. They're really funny videos. I quite love them. They're me and Lauren working in the tiniest space you could ever imagine, when it's hot, when it's cold, when it's stressful. It's just funny. It's funny. And now we got a big space where one of us can be on the couch and one of us can be in the kitchen. It's just funny. Okay. Thanks for watching. Ebooks are below. Use code JUICE for $10 off. And we have an exciting surprise coming in like a week, so stay tuned. See you guys later. Bye. If you're watching this video after a week, the exciting surprise will be linked below.